Welcome to JMO with Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, August 16th. And Joe, the Pittsburgh Steelers have found their next Antonio Brown in a man named George Pickens.
George Pickens.
Holy shit. Dude, he is so good. And already he has not received any money, but already has an attitude problem.
Right?
I mean, like, he's always had it in college. I know that, but still.
You're seeing it on the field right now. And for the folks that just watch NFL and don't watch college as much and keep up with the intricacies of each of the teams and what's going on, yeah, we're discovering George Pickens on the national stage.
Welcome to the show.
welcome
to the show. It's going to be entertaining as fuck. Because here's the thing. He's so fucking good. Did you see that touchdown catch in the corner of the end zone?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it was tiptoe, and his second foot hit the exact corner.
Yep.
Exact corner of the end zone. Like, I don't think you could have, like, Picasso couldn't have painted it better.
I don't even think the pylon went down.
No.
That's like how good it was.
Oh, it was, you could, like, put a needle in between it. It was incredible. But, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to draft him way too high on my fantasy team because I'm just obsessed. I don't care who's starting, whether it's Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky or God knows if it's going to be Mason Crosby or not.
Mason
Rudolph, yeah. I still have nightmares from Mason Crosby. For those of you who don't know, like 10 years ago, I accidentally drafted Mason Crosby with my first overall pick, and it was just not good. It was not good. I almost broke up with my girlfriend over it at the time. It was not great.
To this day, will live in infamy.
Yes, and I still get made fun of for that. Never, my friends never let me live it down.
Nope.
But Joe, it felt good. A whole slate of preseason games.
Yeah, it was like we got the Hall of Fame game to kind of dip us into the water a little bit, but now we just got a full swim.
Yes, we did a lap.
We are wet.
We did a lap. We're wet. Yeah, we're wet. We're feeling it. It's exciting. I mean, obviously, it's one of my favorite things because it's gonna be like all the storylines are gonna be blown way out of proportion. Like,
oh, of course.
You obvious. It's preseason. Yeah, and I have to remind myself constantly that it's preseason.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
But it's like the excitement you get whenever you're a kid on Christmas and you want to open up like all the toys at once, but you need to spread them out. Like,
right.
That's when the parents get there. They start regulating like, oh hey, it's this person's turn now. This person's turn now. So, but your natural instinct is you just want to open up everything. You want every single storyline. You want everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't count for anything like preseason.
Right. You're absolutely right. Great analogy. I just because whenever you're a kid, you just want to just go berserk.
Yep.
I get it. The NFL is coming out with an NFL Plus. Did you see that?
Yes.
Instead of the Game Pass or whatever, it's the NFL Plus. They got a couple of new additions. I'm sure it's going to be more expensive, but the NFL knows. Like people like me, people like us, we'll pay way more than it's worth. Like
I like the fact that the NFL didn't have to do an NFL Plus. They just were like, we can,
and we did.
Yep.
They just took out their massive slong and just laid it on the table and said, here, you're going to pay us more money.
Yes.
Because you're addicted and you love this shit. Yeah, that's what they did. Let's see. Let's get into some of the news in the NFL. The Zach Wilson injury, it doesn't look like it's going to be that bad.
No, there was a big sigh of relief from all Jets and MILFs fans, all across the country that, it wasn't as serious as they were thinking it would be.
Yeah, so I was about to pour one out for the MILFs.
Right? I think even Young Gravy was actually had a video posted about him wishing Zach Wilson a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. Young Gravy is a Jets fan.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I did not know that. He also looks like a random dude that you'd see at a frat party at like Marist College in New York.
Yeah.
That's also I wouldn't have even noticed. He's like when the ref didn't know who Jack Harlow was at the NBA game. You remember that?
Right.
He's like they were showing Jack Harlow and the referee was just like, "Yo, who the fuck is Jack Harlow?" It was the funniest fucking thing. It was going around the internet.
Yeah.
But we got a nice little slate for y'all today. We're We're gonna talk a little more NFL, sprinkle a little fantasy in there. Then we got our OTDISH, and then what we're gonna do? Oh, we have a new segment coming up. It's you can't make this shit up.
Yep.
That's literally what all it's called, and I'm gonna personally dedicate it to one of my friends from college. I'm not gonna name names, but he would tell these obnoxious stories, and all throughout the story, he would purposely say, "I can't make this shit up."
Yeah.
He would say, "I can't make this shit up." Every single time, like, he would tell the story for about 3 minutes and then say, "I can't make this shit up." And he would just go on and on. Well, all the while, we all knew that he was making this shit up. Like, the whole story was made up.
You know what? When somebody says that, your first initial thought is like, is he making this up? Or how could I make this up?
Yes. Like let's see where he's going to go with this made-up story that he's just picturing in his head and making up as he goes along.
Yeah.
Like, plot twists, everything. So, we got that. We got You Can't Make This Shit Up. And then we got, as we promised, the Manti Te'o documentary. It was actually, it started off kind of slow, but I enjoyed it.
Yep.
I ended up enjoying it. We got a recap of that, and then some other news. So let's get back to the NFL. You know what I noticed yesterday?
What's up?
I was going through my fantasy draft. So, like, I have like a pre-draft routine. Mm-hmm. I was going through it. You saw me. I was stressing out a little bit. I was stressing out about who I would take, what I would do, my strategy going into the draft. And I was like stressing, but I enjoyed the stress.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense? Like,
it's a good stress.
I enjoyed stressing out about this shit. Like, it was fun for me to like get all sweaty and agitated because I couldn't figure out what the fuck I wanted to do.
It's like there's like two kinds of stress in this world. There's the stress that you basically, like in the real world stuff that's kind of matters on your career level, and then, you know, that's basically your lifestyle and all that.
Right, takes off from your life.
Yes, and then there's the competition stress, where you're actually building up that stress because of the competition that you're in.
It's good stress.
But it's good stress.
Ah, I like that. Okay, good. So I guess good stress. This is what I'm doing. I'm stressing out about football, but it's good stress because I'm happy about it.
Exactly.
I like it. Okay, I got it. Let's see. I do want to get. I know you love this. But Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury, and the fourth quarter of the game. Can you please explain to everybody what he did?
So he actually and this was basically, trying to teach Kyler Murray a lesson.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna cut you off just for a second. The funny part is, like, they took out the clause, the mandatory study hours clause, and he still disciplined him like he was a third grader.
Yes, yeah. So it told him to call the plays at the end of the fourth quarter, where Kyler Murray had control of all the mics calling the plays and everything. And just teach him a lesson that, hey, this play calling stuff isn't hard. I mean, it isn't easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's pretty hard. So my thing was, you have the results for it, of what he.
Oh yeah. So he started calling plays. As soon as he started calling plays, the Arizona Cardinals. This is how it went. The sequence of whatchamacallit. Anyways, Arizona went 3-and-out punt. Bengals drove down, got a touchdown. Arizona 3-and-out punt. Bengals drove down, got a touchdown. Arizona 2 plays, end of game.
End of game.
Kyler Murray should never go into coaching.
You know what my thought was on this? You see that he did not spend time playing Madden. He played Call of Duty the entire time.
Yes,
because at Madden you would at least have been able to know that there's a flow to play calling, and you got to do it based off the defenses and everything. It did not paint a good picture as far as what Kyler Murray plays on a regular basis.
Right. Kingsbury basically taught his child a lesson after he threw a temper tantrum.
Yep.
That's all it was. So good for you, Cliff. Good for you. Let's see. We had Justin Fields. He had some comments.
He did.
Did you see that?
Oh, I did.
My gosh. I know you're about to tell it, but, like, you don't say these things. Like, what did he say?
I'll read the quote here so everybody knows. So this is Justin Fields on his adjustment to the NFL. He was asked, and he responded, "I'm throwing to guys who wouldn't have made sixth string at Ohio State. That's the biggest adjustment."
And he's talking about his wide receivers at the Chicago Bears.
Yes.
You don't say that about people you are on the same team with.
No.
Okay, look, here's the thing. Honestly, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. The Bears wide receivers are trash. Darnell Mooney's okay. He's not bad, but
He's not
bad. The rest of them, they're trash. And they probably would be sixth string at Ohio State. You don't say that, man.
I think that actually it was just a timing thing. I think he's off. I think he should have just said this at the end of the year, because that would have been a perfect excuse for, if his shortcomings, if he didn't actually play good.
Right.
If his timing would have been a little bit better, he would have been able to say this comment fine.
You just fix the comment to the end of the calendar year.
Yeah.
You just make that little adjustment.
You know that saying, that old saying that goes is like starting on a good foot? That's not starting on a good foot.
No. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You are not starting the day off very well.
That foot has a lot of fungi.
Gross. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. You don't say that, dude. How do you come back from that? As a wide receiver, you're just like, what? Yo, Justin, you think I suck?
Yeah, right.
This is essentially what he's saying. Mm-hmm. I get it. He's trying to get the Bears to bring in some decent receivers, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. The NFL is adding a Black Friday game, another giant flex by the NFL.
Yeah, I saw that. Another flex from the NFL, but I actually, upon further research into it, noticed it was more of an Amazon thing. So Amazon is, playing that game, or streaming it, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And kind of a strategy for Amazon, keeping folks at home instead of going to retailer shops. Doing their shopping at home.
So it's a Jeff Bezos flopping out his tiny wiener.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess if you want to call it that. I don't know. He's pretty jacked now.
No, it's a deformed wiener. Yeah. Everybody's seen it. It's like a small deformed wiener.
Well, no, yeah, everybody's seen it. He built a rocket that.
It's weird. Yeah. Oh, he's overcompensating. It's the ultimate overcompensating thing of all time. Like in Shrek, you know how Farquaad. They actually had that joke. He's like, oh, it sounds like he's compensating for something with his giant tower. Yeah. No, Jeff Bezos topped it.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos
was it Jeff Bezos' rocket ship that looked like a penis?
Yes.
Or was it Elon?
It was Jeff Bezos.
It was Jeff Bezos.
It was
He gave us a
description
of how his penis looks like.
Right. It's just on a very, very, way smaller scale.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, I see. And then, they stay inside, and then he's got to do a Monday for Cyber Monday. He's got to do a Monday game for Cyber Monday, right?
Well, everybody's already,
ordering
true.
They're
online.
They're hungover.
They're already ordering online. It's Cyber Monday. So
True. All right, well, yeah, there you go.
He needed to get the people that were going out to buy stuff come back in.
Jeff Bezos is gonna rule the world. Yes. You heard it here. One thing I had was this was funny as fuck. Did you see Marshawn Lynch's mugshot?
No, I didn't get to see his mugshot. I saw the arrest video.
No. Oh, you did?
I did see
that was good
video.
too. His mugshot, that motherfucker can't even open both of his eyes. Like it's one eye's shut and the other eye is just open a tiny millimeter. And he was hammered at 7:30 and obviously he didn't just wake up and start drinking. That was from the night before because they do lots of blocaine and alcohol. So yep. He was just going home to go to sleep, but he was fucking trashed.
Yeah. It sounded like that when he was in the video. I mean, when you're trying to tell everybody to calm down when everybody's already calmed down, he's on another level.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah. We'll see what happens with that. It all boils back to people like him. You have so much money, just call somebody.
Oh yeah.
If I had that much money, I would literally have a driver. I would pay a way more money than I needed to just sit around and wait for me to call him to drive. Yep. That's it. I would. Let's see. The Gritty is coming to Madden. Oh, dude, I love that, man, and I love that it started at LSU. It makes me feel good.
It does make me feel good as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Gritty's coming to Madden, so it's gonna be a celebration. So I continue. I look forward to that to continue next year. But there's another dance that's sweeping the NFL right now.
What's that?
It's the Antonio Brown put that shit on dance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What is you got to describe this to me because I haven't heard.
I will. So basically what you're doing is you kind of cock your shoulders back, you lean back a little bit, and it's almost like a kind of windshield wiper motion with your arms, but with some loose wrist to it, and it's kind of close. Look for that this season. It seems to be catching on during preseason right now.
Okay, what? I don't understand.
I don't know. When, AB kicked off his rap career,
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, one of his songs is Put That Shit On, and he created a dance to it because, obviously Antonio Brown knows that, all songs kick off when they have a dance.
Oh, gosh.
So.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
No.
If you throw a catchy dance or to the song, people will, especially with TikTok, people will
catch on.
Yeah, they will sing it. What else you got for the NFL?
Well, we've got, let me see, what other things do we have? A fan puts $20K on Philly winning the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Odds are plus 2,500, and the payout is $500,000.
Oh, boy. 20K. I guess, it's not 20K is a lot of money.
It's
it
a
is.
lot of money.
I'm not going to lie, but if you're rich, 20K is kind of like $20.
But on Philly, understandably, this is the only thing the NFC East is the only conference that would, or division that would actually do something like this. Their fans.
But I think the Cowboys are gonna just roll that division. That's the weird thing for me. I don't see the Eagles coming out of that on top. I don't know why I just thought of this, but I have an idea for Black Friday. Back to Black Friday.
Okay.
The players have to wear their black uniforms, the black jerseys, for the Black Friday game. At least one team has to.
That would make sense.
At least one team has to.
Yeah.
If the Saints play it, then our black and gold jerseys are the best.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the best black jersey of all time.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyways, back to what we were talking about.
That was about it.
Okay.
20K. I actually set a reminder on my phone. I will check up on this bet and see how it's doing at week 10.
Okay.
So we'll come back to this.
All right, cool. So the Falcons are going 0-17.
Yeah.
Did you see that? The Island Boys endorsed the Marcus Mariota.
I did see that.
Oh
yes.
my God, it's it's awesome because they're just a cursed franchise.
Yeah. No, the Falcons have no hope.
No hope, dude. I think the Saints it's going to be a breeze through the NFC South. We're going to beat Tampa twice because we always do. Carolina can't figure out who their fucking quarterback's going to be, and the Falcons are going 0-17.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah.
And then the Saints are going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what else we got in the NFL.
We could go back to AB real quick.
Oh, let's do it. I can never stop talking about AB.
He was recorded and posted on a TMZ video stating one fan was actually trying to get him back into the NFL, and his response was, "Tell Jerry Jones to call me."
Yeah. Oh, I saw that.
So AB's not going to reach out personally. He wants the owner of your franchise to call him.
Yeah,
bring him back.
but how perfect would it be if AB was on the Cowboys?
Oh gosh,
that's the perfect destination for Antonio
really
Brown. And honestly, if any owner is going to give him a chance again in the NFL, it's going to be Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
It's going to be Jerry Jones, or Dan Snyder's going to get so coked up that he's going to forget what happened.
Yeah.
And bring Antonio Brown back.
Forget what happened.
Yeah. Dude. Oh, Antonio Brown to the Cowboys. We need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. All right. Let's see. What you got on anything else on the NFL?
I think that about wraps it up until we get to our new segment.
Yeah. I know people might be itching about the Antonio Brown comments. We will get to those. But before that, we're going to get to OTDISH. So on this day in sports history, I have one from 1927. It's not really a that great of one. Babe Ruth tees off Tommy Thomas in the 5th to hit his first home run hit out of Comiskey Park. Babe Ruth hits his first home run. A couple of things with this one. I like the term tees off.
Tees off?
Yeah. Babe Ruth tees off Tommy Thomas. And I think we need to bring that back. It's a golf term. I get it, but I don't know.
You like a good tease.
Good tease, yeah. Second thing I had from this is so somebody was named Tommy Thomas. So that means their parents were just really fucking lazy. His name is Thomas Thomas.
Yeah, right.
TT. Tommy Thomas. It's like,
T-square.
we'll just change it up a little bit. Tommy Thomas. No, yeah. This guy's name is Thomas Thomas. Like, creativity, zero.
They didn't know a lot of words.
Words. So, yeah, that happened on this date in 1927. On this date in 1920, this is one that was kind of interesting to me. On this date in 1920, the only MLB fatality to occur in a game, Ray Chapman was hit in the head by a fastball from Carl Mays. Now, I thought so he died on this.
I was about to say, you stated fatality.
Yes, he died. So he died. But it's the only MLB fatality. The only one that's in game. Which I thought was wild. I figured there would be way more. Also, I thought if I was gonna imagine what happened, I thought it would be off the bat. Like I thought a player would hit it and it would smack the pitcher. No, This motherfucker threw a fastball so goddamn fast it hit him in the face and he died.
That's the most lethal pitcher in baseball history.
Yes, the most lethal. He's number one.
Yep.
He's number one. He's
number
the
one.
He's the best. He's the greatest MLB pitcher of all time.
Yeah.
Fuck Cy Young.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. You can't have a rebuttal for that. He's like, my pitch killed a person.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nobody else can say that. And he gets away with it because it was accidental.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Obviously, he didn't.
He got away with murder, and he's the most lethal pitcher in MLB history.
Wow.
Number one. Yes, that's a wow. My last one I have is on this date in 2008. A guy by the name of Cesar Cielo wins the 50-meter freestyle in 21.30 seconds in the Beijing Olympics. Brazil's first ever Olympic swimming gold. Now, this one resonates to me because I actually, when I was a senior in high school and Joe was a sophomore in high school, we actually watched Cesar Cielo swim at Auburn. He was there, and I saw him, and he was the fastest fucking person I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, and he was a big guy.
He was a massive human being.
Huge.
Yeah. So that one kind of resonated with me. That's why I brought that one back. That one up.
That was a good one, and then that we watched that on television.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was awesome to see. It's just it's crazy with that 50-meter freestyle. It's so it's just pure speed.
Yes,
pure
and there's no room for error.
No
literally
room,
zero room for error.
No room for error, and I love how everybody makes so big of splashes. You almost just hardly see anybody that's racing except for just their arms that pop up out of the water.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's a crazy race.
It is,
and it's a fun race.
It is very fun. It's just adrenaline rush from start to finish, and it's 21 seconds. It's done.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's also Brazil's first ever Olympic swimming gold, which is pretty dope.
That's impressive.
I thought he was from Spain, but I guess not.
Yeah, with a name like Cesar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what you got?
All right. Well, continuing on that swimming theme, we got on this OT dish on this day in sports history. In 2008, an American swimmer by the name of, you might know this one, but Michael Phelps.
Who's that?
Won his 7th of his 8th gold at Beijing in the 100-meter fly. Olympic record, 50.58 seconds. And beat out Milord Kavic of Serbia by 0.01 seconds. I don't know, Josh. Do you remember that race?
I will never, ever forget that race.
That was an insane race.
I remember we were sitting in our in the living room watching it, and we had no idea. We actually thought it was a tie.
Oh, I was about to say a 0.01 seconds race. It looks like a tie.
Right, and they had to cut it frame by frame, and you could actually see that Michael Phelps out-touched him by just the tiniest margin.
Tiniest.
We were fucking going nuts because that was this, like you said, that's the 7th of his 8th gold. He needed that one.
Yep.
He needed that one and that crazy comeback by Jason Lezak in the 4x100 meter freestyle.
Yep.
Unreal.
Yes.
Unreal. Dude, 2008 was the greatest Summer Olympics of all time.
It really is.
Don't at me.
And continuing on that theme with another 2008, the same exact day, Usain Bolt sets the world record, 9.69 seconds, and wins the 100-meter gold medal.
I'll never forget that race either. That motherfucker. He let up at the end.
Yeah.
And he still destroyed everybody. Like this was single-handedly the greatest Summer Olympics of all time.
And like this greatest single date of
Yeah,
the Olympics.
dude. Oh man, that race was wild.
Yes.
He pulled away and he just like looked around, put his hands out and said, "Yeah, I'm the best."
I'm the best. And the race wasn't even finished yet.
No, oh my gosh, I remember that. That was really cool.
It was awesome.
That was pretty dope.
So, and then my last one in 2020. So, not even that long ago.
2020.
Yes. The World Snooker. Yes, I pronounced that right. The World Snooker Championship. Englishman Ronnie O'Sullivan wins his 6th world title. Didn't even know this was going on for 6 years, much less actually started in 1924.
I didn't know that it existed.
Yeah. So snooker is a, how should I put this? An advanced or like a more complicated pool?
Like a
Table
game
pool?
game of pool.
Yes.
So they just I was looking at it and they just put so you make the ball and you put it back on the table.
Well, there was some red balls and then there was some other different colored balls. There was no stripes. They were all solids, no numbers. And
that's confusing.
Yes, there was a bunch of red balls and then just like a bunch of other colored rainbow balls and then there was a black ball too. But like every time they made like the black ball and all the different other colored balls, they would put them back on the table. And then like anytime they made a red ball, they would take them off since there was a bunch of red balls.
That sounds like my dream. Like if like my opponent made a ball in the hole and I just grabbed it and threw it back on the table and said "fuck you," right? Yes. That's how I want to play pool. So I might like snooker.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw snooker, I was thinking it was like a secret hooker environment in society.
So you sneaking hookers in?
Yes.
Damn, dude, and that's a competition. Who can sneak the hottest hooker in?
Exactly.
Or who can sneak the most hookers? Quality over quantity?
Quality over quantity.
Okay, so who can sneak the hottest hooker?
Yes.
Okay, that's what snooker is for me.
So, alrighty, and that's about it.
All right, so let's go. Let's see. We got our new segment. Let's do our new segment. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
It's the wild, outlandish fucking news stories that you just like. They sound made up.
Yeah.
They sound made up, but you just can't make it up. Like
Yes.
it's wild. So I'll start because you got a couple of good ones. So Terrell Owens, former former wide receiver for the 49ers, Eagles, Cowboys, been around. He was really good. He says that Max Kellerman is blacker than Stephen A. Smith.
Oh.
And you know what? Kudos to T.O. Kudos to T.O. He has pushed us past this race barrier. He no longer sees color.
Is that how we're spinning it?
I'm working on it, dude, okay? He no longer sees color. He will be the one who corrects racism in this country. He is our T.O. He is he's our race savior.
He's the savior we never knew we needed.
Yes, exactly. And he's also a little psychotic. Which you got to be psychotic if you're going to be the savior.
Maybe you just appear as psychotic because
right.
You're so far advanced, into the future. You've progressed so much further than everybody else right now.
I knew he looked like an alien.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Let's see. Do you want to go and then I'll go?
Yeah. So Lane Kiffin actually was in a press conference.
I saw this. This is so fucking funny.
Lane Kiffin was in a press conference. Apparently, Ole Miss football team is in need of a punter, and out of all the places in the world, found their punter at a frat party. He called it a kegger, but we all know it was at a frat house.
I think he said a frat house.
I think he did say a frat house.
He said
too.
a frat house, and then he was like, yeah, I mean, I guess he showed up at a kegger, and he happened to play D1 punter.
Punter.
We got to work on his conditioning, but, No, he's a punter, Lane. He's a punter. He doesn't do anything.
I know, work on his conditioning. Dude.
Like, what? What do you, like, he's a punter.
We've seen fat punters and kickers. They've done just fine.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like, I think most of the best punters were, like, a little bit overweight.
Yeah, you got to have that mass to kick the ball. It's physics.
It is physics. It's basic physics, Lane. But, yeah, that is funny. He just went to a random frat party and picked out a punter.
Yep.
Only Lane Kiffin. Only Lane Kiffin.
And I love how he said we, but I'm sure like he was at that frat party and that's how he found him.
Dude, I mean, look at him. He looks like a frat bro.
Exactly.
He just goes to these frat houses and like makes everybody put their phone and camera away and just rages.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. My next one I got. So in the St. Jude Championship, which we'll talk about more later. Somehow, I can't remember who hit the shot, but the ball literally landed in a fold-out chair cup holder. It hit the guy's arm and used it as a backboard and went into the cup holder.
You can't make that shit up.
It was insane. Like I've seen some crazy shots where the ball landed in like trees and stuff like that. Never have I seen somebody just drain a 3 from the tee box.
There's like so many videos of people online that try to do those trick shots that spend hours on them, and that just happens all of a sudden.
It just happens, yeah. And you see all those like videos of play it as it lies.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see how like the ball got to where it was. Mm-hmm. This one, he just dunked it.
They just straight dunked it.
Dunked it.
So did they play it as it live?
No, he had to take relief. That would have been funny if he just like hit the bottom of the cup holder and just shot it up. Yeah, that would have been cool.
What if it went right back in?
Yeah. It went straight up and then went right back in. That's when you just walk away.
Yeah,
you quit.
You're done with it.
I'm sorry, St. Jude's. Your cancer kids are going to have to just wait till next year.
Yep.
All right, you got the best one.
So yeah, this one's the most ridiculous one that came out, and I honestly had to do some searching to make sure it was an actually accurate quote,
like a legit quote,
because this is how bad it is, and we're gonna go into it right now.
Oh my god!
So AB has this quote about his biggest regrets.
Oh, good old Antonio Brown.
Yes. So my biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling out my GM a cracker, or showing up to Raiders camp late in a hot air balloon with frozen feet, or throwing rocks at that UPS driver. And it definitely doesn't involve taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around Jet Stadium.
Oh, hold on, time out. I love how he calls that a victory lap.
Yeah, right.
That man is so fucking arrogant and narcissistic. That was a victory lap.
That was a victory lap for him, yes.
Okay, keep going.
Mid-game while throwing up deuces. My biggest regret is that I'll never get to see me, AB, play a game live. Sure, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what that was like for you all to see something like that. Like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at the Red Rocks. Good Lord. Holy crap.
What the fuck?
You know what my initial reaction was to this? My initial reaction, besides you can't make this shit up, is remember that song from the, it's a Disney movie, but the Disney movie Moana and the Rock's character?
Yeah.
And he sings that song, he's like, what can I say except you're welcome? That's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, this is like his AB's version of that song.
Dude, this guy, like, yeah, you literally can't make that shit up. He's like he's comparing himself to the Beatles in Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
Dude, he's got a ego the size, like, as big as fucking Caesar's. You remember Julius Caesar?
Yeah.
Like, apparently, like, I was reading in history books, the guy had the biggest fucking ego of all time.
Yeah.
This dude, it's insane. I am lost for words. When I read that, I thought it was fake. I had to do that, like you did. I did some research, and I didn't know what to say. I was just dumbfounded.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, at this point, I respect it now.
Yep.
I gotta respect it. Like, he is so delusional that, like, you know what? He might be on Aaron Rodgers' drugs.
Yeah. And I don't even know if it's like a delusional thing. It's because he states exactly why he's not playing in the NFL anymore. All those, statements above, his biggest regret is all, reasons why he knows he's not playing in the NFL.
So, yeah, he is well aware of why he's not in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he just continues on, and he just, like, I'll never get to see myself. We should just clone Antonio Brown.
Yes.
We should clone Antonio Brown, allow him to play one game, and just watch him watch himself.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be jerking off?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. He'd probably be choking himself, like some oral asphyxiation or something while he's doing it, yeah.
Oh, I could imagine. He'd have to go the whole 9 yards.
He would probably accidentally kill himself. Like, he would just be choking himself out, jerking off, and then he would score a touchdown. He would come, and then, boom, there would be no oxygen to the brain. He'd be done. That's how Antonio Brown would go out watching Antonio Brown.
Yes. Okay. And honestly, he would be satisfied with Antonio Brown killing Antonio Brown.
Yes,
he said no one else would be more fitting.
Yes, no one else. Exactly. Then fall Caesar.
Jeez.
Then fall Caesar. It's beautiful. At this point, it's just like now I'm just like, it's a beautiful thing.
So that was a good first segment of.
There you go. So you can't make this shit up. I don't know if we're gonna have that segment every single week, but we'll definitely try and incorporate that into our podcast, our episodes. So
yep.
All right, let's go. Let's get to the Manti Te'o doc. So we watched the documentary. It was a 2-part documentary. They had the first one was kind of telling the whole storyline, and then the second episode was basically showing how they caught Renaya. Yeah. The Renaya chick or dude or whatever. So just like for some background, Manti Te'o played linebacker for Notre Dame. He was middle linebacker for Notre Dame, very, very good. He started dating this girl online.
Yeah.
And he never met her, never FaceTimed her, and ended up talking to her and dating her for 3 years. For 3 years, talking and dating for 3 years. Ended up, she died the same day as her grandma, and then they found out that she was fake. He got catfished. Okay, so now that you got like a backstory, yeah, I have mad respect for this Renaya chick, dude.
Oh yeah.
All right, so basically, Renaya was this guy that is the catfish.
Yep.
He was the catfish. He was a dude making a transition to a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, and he wanted to have a relationship with a guy just to help with the transition. So she, for the purposes of this, I'm just gonna say he made a profile with another girl's, a Facebook profile with another girl's picture, cropped it out a bunch of pictures, made it all legit. He made like several family members, and just started talking to Manti Te'o, and they developed this relationship.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yep.
It was wild.
And the lengths that this person went was insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get to. Cause like, here's the thing. They said this in the episode, and it was weird because they were like, yeah, he wanted to FaceTime her. Like Manti Te'o wanted to FaceTime this chick.
Yeah, obviously
and
so.
She watched the show Catfish and found out all of the excuses that they all made to why they can't FaceTime. And she gave it to him, and Manti Te'o bought it all.
Bought every single
one of it.
Every single one of them.
And then, so she made up her family, this chick's family members. When she would talk to Manti Te'o, because she made up a story about how this girl, or the guy made up a story about how this girl that Manti Te'o was talking to got in a car wreck and was in a coma.
Yeah.
And the guy talked for this chick who was supposedly in a coma. He was breathing in the phone while Manti Te'o was talking to her. And the Renaya dude was literally acting out all of these things. He, like, the cousin, the uncle, all the girl voices, everything.
Yeah.
Like, it was an elaborate prank for 3 years, which I am just dumbfounded. Like I said, I have respect for her now. Like, he basically tricked Manti Te'o for 3 years.
I'm not going to lie. I did not realize before watching this that there wasn't somebody behind the whole girlfriend thing, because they came out with it being a hoax. And then, honestly, I was double surprised whenever I found out that it was actually, a biological guy, behind everything as well.
Right, transitioning to a woman.
Yes.
And, the whole time I'm just thinking, like, Manti Te'o should be able to sue. But then I kept thinking, like, for what?
I mean, it's not like he got extorted out of anything.
No, he did probably lose quite a few $1 million from not being drafted first round. That's the only thing. But, like, you can't prove that in, I don't know, Renaya can't be, it just confused my brain because the whole time I'm thinking he should sue, but then I'm like, for what?
Like, yeah, that's
what?
Tough.
For what? What can he sue her for? Like with the Amber Heard thing, like that was defamation of character. Like he had a legit case against her. This one, he just got fucking pranked. That's all it was.
It was a very elaborate and well thought out prank.
He just fell for it. I also forgot. Do you remember Teoing?
Oh, yeah.
The Teoing was a thing, so, like, it was a little trend that went around for a little bit, and you would just, like, kind of, like, hold your hand up around nothing, say, this is my girlfriend.
It was kind of mean, but it was really funny.
Yeah. Well, it threw everybody off because, and especially they go into detail in the documentary of how Manti Te'o became a kind of college football sensation.
Oh yeah, he was incredible at Notre Dame.
And I mean, he was a great ball player, but I mean that was the other thing. He was using the death of his grandmother and the death of his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, to spur him on,
and became like a story that everybody was pulling for because he had a great personality. He was a good guy. He
kind of had he was ugly, but he kind of had a glow up. He looks way better now than he did in college.
Yeah, he did.
He fixed his teeth and did his hair. He was ugly.
Well, he got money.
That's it. Yeah.
You're not ugly. You're just poor.
You're just poor. That's right. That's what the Kardashians have taught us. The Kardashians have taught us anything. It's you're not ugly. You're just broke.
And Tom Brady.
No, I think Tom Brady actually just fucking looks good now.
Well, he does he has a regimen. He's got a good, healthy lifestyle that he does, and it shows.
Right. And but honestly, back to the Manti Te'o documentary, it was crazy how much that fucked with his head when he figured out that she wasn't real.
Yeah.
The 2012 National Championship, I remember watching it because I hated Notre Dame and I wanted them to lose. But you can visibly tell he was not playing well. Now, honestly, nobody was beating that fucking team.
Yeah.
They had Eddie Lacy, TJ Yeldon, and Kenyon Drake. All three of those nasty running backs on the same team.
Yeah.
That was when they had HaHa Clinton-Dix, Landon Collins, Reggie Ragland. Nobody was beating that Alabama team. A.J. McCarron was the quarterback. Nobody was beating that fucking Alabama team. The only person was Johnny fucking Football. Baby, let's go. Johnny Football and Texas A&M were the only team that was going to beat Alabama that year.
That is true.
They were on a fucking tear. So
I think Notre Dame was going to lose anyways, but not 42-14.
No.
That was wild.
That was pretty fucking wild.
But yeah, it was actually, it kind of the documentary kind of explained a lot of things that I wasn't aware of. Again, Renaya is absolutely, he's insane, but and he's kind of a piece of shit for doing it all, but it's kind of impressive.
It was impressive.
It was very, and he actually reached out to the chick that was on his profile. So the girl that he used for the Facebook profile, he reached out because Manti Te'o wanted proof that she existed. So he said, I want you to send me a picture of you doing a certain hand gesture with a picture of the date. And so Renaya reached out to this chick and convinced her to send a picture of her doing that. And she told her it was for children who had cancer, to show that they were supporting the kids with cancer. It was unreal. And then
unbelievable.
And then she sent that to Manti Te'o, and Manti Te'o was sold.
Jeez.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. But yeah, so if y'all haven't seen it, definitely I'd say go check it out. It's on what is it, Netflix? Yeah.
Netflix, yeah. Especially if you kept up with college football during that time and you're sort of aware of what went on. It's kind of eye-opening. Like there was a lot more details that I did not know about.
I did not know about. Yes, agreed.
The whole situation.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, but yeah, I recommend it. Let's get to other news. We alluded to the St. Jude FedEx St. Jude Championship earlier.
Yep.
The Ratatouille finally won one.
Will Zalatoris.
The rat-looking dude finally got one.
The caddy for Happy Gilmore.
Exactly. The bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yep.
Finally got one. Good for you, bud.
I was happy for him. Did you watch the three-hole playoff?
Yes, I did.
It's like they were trying to lose that third hole. Both of them were just trying to lose.
They really were. I mean, it was one after the other. They were kind of It seemed like both of them were falling to the pressure, but Will Zalatoris lucked out because Straka.
Yeah.
Was it Straka? Yeah. He just kind of sucked more than he did.
Right, he sucked more than Will did.
Will did.
Although that shot that landed on the rocks from Will Zalatoris that's insane. It bounced like 9 times and didn't go in the water.
Oh, I know, right? It was basically on the brick that was the lining the
right. That's another one of those you can't make this shit up.
Yep.
Like it was insane. But yeah, good. Congratulations to Will Zalatoris. He finally won. Yeah, other than like the golf ball going into the playoff holes and the golf ball going into the cup holder, I didn't really have too much from this. It was a pretty good tournament. I mean, like the players did pretty well.
Yeah.
They posted some decent scores.
I guess the other drama that went on was the PGA, or what was it? Cam Smith is leaving the PGA Tour for the LIV tournament after this round.
Yeah, how was he able to postpone like going to the LIV Tour after this round, even though they knew he was going to the LIV Tour?
Well, no. He basically stated that he was going to the LIV Tour after this tournament, and as long as you don't enter into the LIV tournament or the LIV Tour,
gotcha.
You're still eligible in the PGA Tour's eyes. But basically, had a controversial two-stroke deduction. So if he's has motivation, and pissed off to go to live tour, like this kind of solidified that.
That was it. Yeah. That was cherry on top.
Yeah, because basically what happened was he did a ball drop and it didn't go fully across the line that he was supposed to drop it in the drop zone. I'm not entirely sure what the rules was, but we
didn't go to school for that.
Yeah, we didn't go to school for that at all, but so that pissed him off. So he's definitely going to the LIV Tour.
Bye Cam Smith. Oh, you know how much they gave him?
How much?
$100 million. That's insane. Like you can't, not in your right mind can you turn down $100 million. Like again, like we talked about yesterday or last week, the only person is Tiger Woods. Like, I mean, and $700-800 million. That's even pushing it. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, was there any other drama from the golf tournament this week?
Nope. That's about it.
I mean, golf is nearing the end of the season, so it's. I'm gonna miss it. I love watching golf. I love waking up Thursday and having a new tournament on every week. It was awesome, and then it was 4 days of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Other news. I got Fernando Tatis got suspended 80 games. His dad and him are livid.
Absolutely livid.
Like I don't know any of the details, but he was injured, so he's probably taking steroids for that. He could come back for that. His dad was definitely really, really upset with the league.
Yeah, so apparently it was Closterboil or something like that. I'm definitely botching the pronunciation. I got terrible pronunciation. I'm blaming it on my fluids in my ear when I was little, but
Closterball.
In his
Closterball.
So basically, his excuse was he blamed it on that being in his medication that he was taking for his ringworm.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So he's banned for 80 games. I guess there's going to be an appeal, or can you appeal in the MLB?
shoot,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't do baseball.
Performance enhancing drugs is a very touchy subject in the MLB.
Legalize it. All right, what else you got in the other sports?
Other sports, I guess go sticking with the MLB. I don't know if you saw Rodolfo Castro from the Pirates was suspended 1 game for his phone coming out of his pocket.
Oh, I saw that. That
You
was
saw the
great. He
video?
was sliding into third base and his phone came out. Like, where in the rule book does it say you can't run with your phone in your pocket? Please, for the love of God, show me where that is a rule.
There is a rule.
There is really? You
There's
can't
a
have
rule.
your phone?
Yeah,
I guess
electronic policy.
I guess
it's like the
it's
same
like
as
the
like
cheating thing?
jewelry or something like that too. But yeah,
No, you can have jewelry, I think, right? Yeah, people wear jewelry like necklaces all the time.
Yeah,
but
that's
I guess
true.
it's like a cheating thing.
Yeah, it could be that. I don't know. I just thought it was ballsy. I mean, especially it was on his back pocket. What, you're going to slide forward every time? What if you slide back?
True. You shatter your screen.
You're just going to shatter everything.
Yeah. I guess they have enough money they can just replace it. But replacing a cell phone is so fucking annoying.
It's annoying. I would say the
it's
hassle
so
of it-
annoying.
The
Yeah.
hassle of it is, outweighs the cost
Like
of it.
I could buy a new phone. That's fine. I don't fucking care.
They do payment plans. There's no interest.
But I don't feel like going. Like, I've had the iPhone 12 for like a year and a half now. I hate this phone. But and I have no problem. I can afford another one. I can go buy another one. It's not. But I don't feel like going to Verizon and buying another one
And doing all the switching out and with the information.
And honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I just make it a way bigger deal in my head.
Yeah.
And I think it's just annoying. I don't like dealing with Spectrum. I don't like TV providers. I don't like dealing with cell phones providers. Like, I just don't like it.
They're the new car salesmen.
Yes. Oh, dude, that's so good. They are.
Yeah.
They're literally the new car salesmen. Like,
Yeah.
they're not as aggressive, but they're still annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you got to go through all of these little passwords and whose name's on the account. You got to talk to them. I mean, they've made it a little bit easier, but yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to deal with it.
No. What else you got?
I guess we could talk about the wrap things up, the Stoops and Calipari situation.
I love it.
Which is
love it.
Which is kind of neat.
So
Mark Stoops and John Calipari. Mark Stoops is the football coach for Kentucky. John Calipari is the head coach for the Kentucky Wildcats basketball team.
Yes.
And do you want to tell him what he said?
So basically how this started was the practice gymnasium for the Kentucky basketball team was leaking.
Right.
And so he called on to, that the basketball team should be a bigger priority. They need to make sure they upgrade their facilities, making a call for that. And that it basically was that basketball was everything in Kentucky. Stating his claim on
Kentucky's a basketball school.
But yeah, Kentucky's a basketball school, and they're basically trying to stake his claim on why he should get more upgrades for his facilities. And Mark Stoops did not take a liking to that.
Well, here's the thing: John Calipari is not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. But this is a testament to how good Kentucky's football program has been. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the head coach of the Kentucky football team would have never ever said anything against that.
Well, I tell you this. This was a little trip down memory lane a little bit for some people, for the older listeners, but this kind of reminds me of the Adolph Rupp and Paul Bear Bryant scuffle that they had back in the day.
That was that was the 60s.
Yeah.
Holy
shit. Yeah. Actually, no, 50s.
50s. Oh, yeah, Bear Bryant was in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Rupp was 50s, right? Because they won in, 57 or something?
Yes. So basically what happened in 1950, if you remember correctly, Paul Bear Bryant actually had...
No, I don't remember correctly. I wasn't even fucking in my dad's ball sack because he wasn't even born.
That's very true.
In 1950, okay.
All right. 1950, basically... Kentucky had a really good year and ended up going on to win the Sugar Bowl and beating the undefeated Oklahoma Sooners at that time, who they actually pronounced the national championship before the national championship game. So they were national champions.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember that because I was around back then.
Of course. And so basically, after they had a banquet, they had a the football and basketball combined banquet, and Adolph Rupp, who had his basketball team had a losing season that year, got a 4-door Cadillac, which was a big deal. And basically, Paul Bear Bryant got a cigarette lighter for his season.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple of stories about that. Like the Kentucky football team gets a watch, and the Kentucky basketball team gets a brand new like fucking SUV.
Yep. Which actually it was thought to be a watch that he got a watch, but he actually what he stated to the AP Press at that time, or Associated Press, was that it was a cigarette lighter.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the story unravels that he leaves Kentucky to go to Texas A&M and then goes to Alabama, and that's all she wrote.
And then it's history. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Look how far we've come.
You got anything else?
we could talk. Let's go quickly over the NBA Christmas lineup that they just revealed.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's gonna be good.
We've got the 76ers versus the Knicks, Bucks versus Boston.
Well, the 76ers versus the Knicks isn't gonna be good.
It's just gonna be all right. It would be cool to see Joel Embiid at Madison Square Garden.
It's in Madison Square Garden.
In Madison
All right,
Square
perfect.
Garden.
I mean, I think they're gonna just dunk all over the Knicks because the Knicks are gonna be terrible again.
Yep. Bucks versus Boston.
That's gonna be fun.
That'll be a fun one.
I honestly think the Bucks are just gonna. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. It'll be a fun game.
Too early to tell.
Yeah.
Los Angeles versus Dallas.
The Clippers or the Lakers?
The Lakers
Okay, so the Lakers versus the Mavericks.
versus the Mavericks.
I think that'll be good. That'll be fun.
Not bad. The Suns versus the Nuggets.
Oh, well, I hope everybody stays healthy on the Nuggets.
Yeah, it could be a good game especially if we get Jamal Murray back.
Yeah, if everybody's healthy, that's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I think this is gonna be the best one: is the Grizzlies versus the Warriors rematch.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yes, get Pat Bev out there.
Yep.
Oh man.
Not Pat Bev.
Oh no, he's on the Timberwolves. Never
He's
mind.
on the
I'm sorry.
Timberwolves.
Yeah. Oh.
So the
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant versus
Steph Curry.
Well, Steph Curry, but him and Draymond Green.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the best one. I think that's the best one out of this lineup.
That one definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the Grizzlies are going to be really good next year. And obviously the Warriors are the Warriors, so.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. That wraps that up.
Good deal. All right, well,
You got anything else?
That's about it.
Alrighty, well, we will see y'all next week. We'll have more fantasy recap. We'll recap some Hard Knocks. I think we're gonna watch. I'm gonna binge watch the Hard Knocks, and then we'll have a nice little recap.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.